Hey, how's it going, guys? My name's James Pena and welcome to my channel where we go over tips and subtleties on basic sleight of hand. Today we're going to go over a very overused move in Magic, which is the double lift. So let's get it started. So before you watch this video, I highly recommend that you watch my previous video on thumb counts, pinky counts, and pinky breaks. It'll make this video a lot easier to understand and a lot easier to learn. So I'll leave a link in the description below. Go ahead and watch that first, then come back here and watch this video on my tips and subtleties of a double lift. So today we're going to be going over 3 types of double lifts and my little tips and subtleties for each double lift. It'll be a beginner, a more intermediate one, and a little more advanced double lift. If you feel like you're one of more of the advanced ones or the intermediate ones, I'll go ahead and leave timestamps for each double lift so you can go ahead and just skip through it if you'd like. So the first one we're going to go over is the beginner one, right? And the beginner one, this is what it looks like, right? And that's the beginner double. So assuming that you watched my previous video on pinky counts, we're going to get straight into it. So what you want to do is get that pinky count of 2. You're going to pinky count 2. And if you're holding the deck with the left hand, you're basically gonna look at that right hand side, and with your right hand thumb and middle finger, you're going to grab that corner. All right? Now it acts as a pivot. You should be able to freely just do this with the card. So once you're here, kind of just lift up a little bit, leave your thumb there, and as you're rotating this like that, you're kind of pushing it with the thumb at the same time. So one more time, thumb here, fingers over here, and you're pushing. And just like that, and you're gonna land it like that. One little thing, as you're turning this over, once you complete it, go ahead and just leave that pinky there. So when you wanna do it again, it is very easy to turn this over. So one more time. So if you want to close it, you just grab that again and literally do the same motions right over. And now you have your double. So since this is a more beginner double, I'm guessing more of the ones that are learning to do card magic are probably watching this right now. Here's my little tip for you when doing a double. Since this double is a very safe-proof double, right? And it works every time. The weird thing is how you're turning it, right? If you were to go out to somebody and give the deck to someone, they would never turn a card like this, right? So what I'm saying is that when you turn over one card naturally, practice turning it like this. So when you're turning 2 cards over, nobody seems the wiser. So if you're ever just showcasing one card, or you just want to reveal a card, or I guess this is the best way I can put it into perspective. So you controlled your card to the top, right? Let's say in this case the Ace of Hearts, and you want to do, well, actually no, sorry. We'll do the 2 of Hearts. We'll do this double. So you want to turn this over. You're like, oh look, 2 of Hearts. Let's say you're doing an ambitious card routine, and you're like, look, the 2 of Hearts, we're gonna put it into the center, right? And watch it come to the top. So now when you're revealing it again, do that same maneuver, but this time it's just 1 card, right? Because if you just turn it over like this, they're gonna be like, well, I mean, I'm sure nobody's gonna question why you turned it over like that, but it'll seem off. I know this is kind of hard to talk about or hard to translate into words, but if you were to go out there and perform, you would understand why I'm talking about this. So for you beginner magicians out there, just make sure you're turning over that 1 card like this always. If you are going to proceed with this kind of double lift, right? Always turn over 1 card like that. That's really all the tips and subtleties I can give you for this double lift. Now we're going to be going over an intermediate level type double lift, and what I like to do for this one is the Stuart Gordon. So the Stuart Gordon looks like this. All right, you get your break, and that's the Stuart Gordon. So, how to get into it. Again, this is assuming that you've already watched my previous video on how to do a pinky count and a pinky break, and this will help you much better if you don't know how to do a Stuart Gordon. So, you get that break of 2. What I personally do is I pop this up like that. I'll put my thumb right here dead in the middle. My ring finger will push this up. And now my thumb and ring finger on my right hand is going to grab this corner, or kind of like this edge right here. Not really the corner, but like more in the middle. All right, just like this. And now from the back, I'll show you. I'm basically pushing pressure with my index finger and my thumb on the back side. So it looks like that from here. Now from the front side, what it looks like that. Stuart Gordon's really hard to do slow, but it should look something like that. I'll do it one more time. All right, just like that. So my tips and subtleties on the Stuart Gordon. So Stuart Gordon, I actually prefer doing this from a thumb count just because it's, I don't know, a lot faster to get into, because I could just be talking, and I'm done. I now got my break and can just do it, right? So preferably, I think it's much easier to get into. Thumb count, that's subtlety number 1. Subtlety number 2. Stuart Gordon's actually the way I turn over almost all my cards, right? And what I mean by that is, like, let's say if I just did a double lift, right? And I put it into the center, I'll either one, do this, or actually turn it over like that. So it just seems more natural. And then my biggest tip is executing the Tamariz double right after that. If you don't know what that looks like, it's a very, very good subtlety. So you just come here, top that card off, and you're done. All right. And to do that, I forgot where I first learned it. I'm pretty sure it was here on YouTube where I learned that. If I can find the video on YouTube, I will put the link in the description on how to do that. But real quick, essentially all it is once you do that double, right, all you're doing is kicking this back and dropping that off. That's it. And then just pick up this one card and put it dead in the center. That is the Tamariz double, I believe. So now you've seen a beginner, an intermediate, and now we're gonna go over a more advanced double lift. This one is actually called, I believe it's called the soft double or the Vernon push off. I get the two mixed. I don't actually know what it is, but this is what it looks like. Again, I don't remember what it's called, but this is it. I believe it's called the soft double. Leave it down in the comments below if you actually know the right name, so I can get this sorted out. So to get into the soft double, what you want to do is you're going to do a pinky count, obviously, of 2 cards. Once you got that pinky count, what you want to do is with the ring finger, you want to push up and push down with the thumb at the same time to create this bend. Once you make that bend, basically what you're going to do is these 2 fingers are going to push to your right or left if you're left-handed at the same time. But you have to let go at some point, or let go of the thumb. So this is what I mean. So yes, you push both. But if I were to still keep my thumb there and my ring finger going, this is going to happen. And this happens because this is longer than this. So this stops here, but this keeps going, right? Hence why it stops, or hence why it makes that discrepancy. So what you want to do is let go of the thumb. So once you're here and you're pushing, right, when your thumb is about to be fully extended, let go of the thumb and continue with the ring finger. So it creates the double. And it'll just stick. like that because of the bend. So one more time. You have to let go for it to stay like that. And then from here, you can pick up and do the Stuart Gordon. You can do it like this. Or you can even do it the beginner way and put it down like that. But the soft double is just a good way to get into literally any double lift that you like. Or you can just use that as a double lift. So here's my tips and subtleties on the soft double. I rarely use the double unless it's only to fool a magician, just because it's so convincing. Another reason to learn this move is just so you build some finger dexterity, right? You want to build those muscles in your fingers to be able to do any kind of sleight, right? And this is just one way to do it. But my preference out of all these double lifts that I've been showing you, personally my favorite one is the Stuart Gordon. I love the Stuart Gordon. Definitely learn it. If you download Ephemera by Dennis Kim, he goes a version of the Stuart Gordon, which is called Ephemera, which is actually a very cool double lift, and it looks something like that. But again, go ahead in the comments below, leave what that double was called. I don't remember if it's a soft double or the Vernon push-off, or unless they're both the same thing. But again, please leave it in the comments below so I know, and I'll correct myself in the next video. Well guys, that's all I have today for tips and subtleties for the double lift. If you found today's video very useful, go ahead and consider leaving a like. It'll definitely help me out. Also, if you haven't seen my other videos, go ahead and check them out. Go ahead and just click on my channel. I've got a few videos posted up. I've been doing this for a month now. I should have another 3 videos posted up for you. They're all very useful. They have a ton of information that you can use and start applying it to your sleight of hand. Besides that, just write in the comments below whatever you think of my channel, whatever you guys would like to see. Besides that, have a good day. Peace.